Welcome back to the Match B2B Insights. I'm Brenda, as always joined by Benny. Today, we're digging into the neuroscience and psychology of pricing. It sounds technical, but honestly, your price tag is your brand's biggest message. I mean, it's wild. Price isn't just about covering costs. It signals trust, quality, and where you stand as a brand. There's this quote I love. Price is the brain's shorthand for trust. What you charge shapes what customers feel about you long before you deliver the product.
Yeah, and it's funny. If you put an Apple product next to one from Walmart, it's not just the design or the box that feels different. It's the price. Apple's whole allure is built around "we're worth it," while Walmart tells you nobody beats our prices. Both brands attach values to every number they show. And in Israel, you see this with companies like Wix. They don't try to be the cheapest website builder, but their pricing says, hey, this is freedom, but it's also fair.
Absolutely. And it's something I ran into with a SaaS client last year. They were struggling with churn. So they took the leap. They raised their prices, but also communicated the value behind them. The feedback interviews were so emotional. People said, I feel like I'm investing in my own success, not just renting software. It was this huge shift, which ties right into the neuroscience story. Knudsen and Rangel's work at Stanford showed that our brains react to prices almost like pain. The key is finding the right net value. As Phil Barden puts it, reward minus pain. You're trying to tip that balance so price says, you can trust me.
Exactly. There's this pain of paying every time a customer pulls out their credit card. That's not just a metaphor, it's a brain reaction. If the price is right, it soothes the pain, even adds pleasure. If not, oh boy. The brain says, ouch.
Brenda, every price isn't just a number. It's anchored somewhere. First impression? That names what people expect. If you start high, boom, that's their reference. And digital SaaS companies totally get it. Most popular labels, faded out decoys, it's all about training customers on where the value lives.
Right. Anchoring bias is huge. Kahneman, Ariely, all these brilliant minds showed that the first number you see frames every decision after that. The Williams-Sonoma bread machine classic. They added a way more expensive model, barely sold any, but suddenly, everyone thought the original was the sweet spot. And online? Just slap a premium tier above your standard. Watch people gravitate up.
I got to brag for a second here. Years ago, there was this Israeli e-commerce shop, Setting Home Electronics. We tweaked their starting at pricing and added a fancy decoy product. Sales doubled. People stopped buying the cheapest, went straight for the mid-range. By the way, don't try this with falafel though. If you anchor falafel at 15 shekel, you'll have a riot on Allenby Street.
That's perfect. And anchors don't just set expectations. They literally train customers on where value belongs. Super powerful, if you use it right. So let's pivot to how this plays out in retention. Since that's what we're all about, keeping, not just getting customers. There's a ton of research from Harvard and HBR showing that fair and transparent pricing actually builds trust. That's the perceived fairness theory at work. If your pricing feels arbitrary, customers start looking elsewhere.
Retention doesn't mean you always race to the bottom. It's about showing customers again and again why you charge what you charge. Melio, Papaya Global, Israeli B2B startups do this beautifully. You can't always be the cheapest, but you can explain, here's why. One European payment company we worked with revamped their pricing. Clear, value-based ranges for SMEs. Retention shot up. People stopped churning because now they understood the logic.
Honestly, sometimes restructuring your price structure is the fastest way to cut churn. What's your take, Benny? You've done sales your whole career. You must have seen this up close.
Oh, absolutely. I've seen cheap prices kill businesses. If all you do is give discounts, you create disloyalty. Customers expect it's always negotiable. When you show this is what you pay, here's what you get, that's when loyalty sticks. Never underestimate the feeling behind the price, Brenda. If people feel like your price matches who they want to be, or it saves them from something they dread, that's emotional power. That's price's identity.
Exactly. Tiered pricing really shines here. You give people clear distinctions, no guessing. If I pay more, I get more. The confidence kicks in. Add urgency, like limited time offer, and now you have people acting on instinct, not spreadsheets. Urgency works because of loss aversion. Everyone fears losing out on something more than missing a discount.
Yeah, the psychology is, if I don't act, I lose. That's powerful stuff. But, big but, you gotta use it ethically. Emotions sell, but ethics are what keep customers around. Abuse that trust and it all falls apart.
So let's talk tailoring. That's where the magic happens today. The more you use real data to personalize offers and pricing, the more customers feel you get them. It's about leveraging what they've bought, what they've browsed, so every offer feels spot on. Dynamic pricing takes this to the next level. It adapts prices in real time based on demand, competitor moves, even customer segments. That's very McKinsey 2020 of you.
It's a balancing act, though. Customers love personal offers, but fairness matters. If your neighbor gets a better deal on the same thing, trust erodes. You gotta test these models. A/B test your structures, test your messaging. Otherwise, your deal might just feel like discrimination.
Consistency is underrated. Predictability is actually super comforting for customers. So if you keep your pricing policies stable across all channels, not changing prices in one place and not another, you build trust. It's like, I know this brand isn't going to surprise me in a bad way.
You nailed it. And loyalty programs, when done with genuine benefits, not just gimmicks, take that trust even deeper. You stick around, you're rewarded. Reciprocity is baked into our brains. And hey, don't just set it and forget it. Keep asking customers what they think about your prices. Adjust, evolve. Because people know when a deal is off or when it feels right.
If you want price to drive loyalty long term, you need to actually talk about your pricing. Build a real communication plan. Make sure people get the why behind your tiers, your logic, the value. Then use feedback and hard data, purchase history, NPS, all of it, to keep tuning those tiers. Layer in incentives. Hey, you're a loyal customer. Here's a personalized discount.
Yeah, and remember, according to the Ehrenberg-Bass crowd, real brand building, not discounts, is what gives your price power. If customers only connect with you through a sale, you can't charge what you're worth. Build the brand first. Use incentives to reinforce, not replace that trust. Brenda, it's not just about what you say about your price. It's about what your customers say. When others share positive pricing experiences, that's instant social proof. Makes everyone more confident to buy in.
Absolutely. Create a space, a forum, a Facebook group, whatever, where customers can talk about what they get for their money. Transparency grows when people validate each other's decisions. Referral programs are like social proof superchargers. Bring a friend, get rewarded, and show you believe in the value.
Cialdini calls this the social validation principle, right? Trust multiplies when others endorse not just your product, but your price. That's why brands use testimonials and share customer wins.
Let's get a little nerdy for a second. Behavioral economics has gifted us so many pricing tools. Loss aversion, the endowment effect. Customers fear missing out or losing more than they enjoy winning. Frame your offers to tap into that. Say it's a members-only special or a limited edition. Suddenly, people feel they're getting something exclusive, and they value it more.
And the endowment effect is wild. When people feel like they already own something, whether that's a free month, a spot in a community, whatever, they resist change, especially price increases. Use that to win retention. Make membership or subscription feel like belonging to something they don't want to lose.
Exactly. Plus, wrap all this in a story. Don't just drop numbers. Make price part of your brand myth. People want to feel they're investing in something bigger than a bottom line.
Brand storytelling, it's not just fluff. Some of the strongest brands make their price part of the story. Tesla, Patagonia, they charge a premium and they tell you why. It's about the mission, not the margin. And people pay happily because price is now about purpose.
That's so important. When you explain the thinking behind your pricing, why you chose these tiers, how it supports your promise, customers buy into your logic. Branded content, testimonials, even videos walking through your pricing decisions, those things build a sense of fairness and resonance. Here's where it gets practical. You have to measure, test, and optimize. Use analytics to see which pricing strategies really influence behavior and stickiness. Run price sensitivity analyses. At what point do customers walk? Segment your audience and A/B test different models. The end goal? Growing customer lifetime value, not just getting bigger baskets.
Exactly. In the end, the real proof your price is right is in the CLV, customer lifetime value. And not just this month's revenue. Don't take guesses. Let the data show which price keeps customers not just buying, but staying, and maybe even telling their friends.
Be upfront about how your prices work. Make it easy to see what's included at every level. And if you tweak anything, say why. Customers respect honesty. If you have refunds or price adjustment policies, spell them out in plain English. The less mystery, the more trust.
Absolutely. And if you need to explain what drives your costs, labor, materials, innovation, go for it. Price justification messaging helps customers feel informed, not ambushed. Keep inviting feedback and actually act on it. That's what gets you long-term fans. One more push for social proof, because it's just that important. 79% of buyers trust peer reviews as much as their own close friends, according to Bright Local. If your happiest customers are sharing stories about fair pricing and great value, you're basically handing others a permission slip to trust you.
Yeah, and give customers the space to talk. Forums, Q&A sessions, review sections. Every honest conversation about price, value, or even a complaint is a chance to show your transparency. And don't neglect referrals. When someone brings a friend, that's the ultimate pricing endorsement.
Never stop testing. Keep running A/B tests on your price displays, your offers, your messaging. If you aren't clear in communicating why your pricing exists or the value of your tiers, you're going to lose trust. Analyze feedback regularly. Keep making those micro adjustments. And watch your NPS. Customers who trust your pricing typically score you higher for loyalty. It's all connected.
Amen to that. The moment a pricing change knocks down your Net Promoter Score, you've probably lost the plot. Always link pricing satisfaction to real loyalty. Don't just chase what looks good at the surface.
Here's the last piece. Pricing isn't just at the cash register. It's in onboarding, support, and every touch point. From the moment the customer joins, make your price structure super clear. No fine print surprises. Train your support teams to answer why as much as how.
And after purchase, don't vanish. Follow up. Listen for concerns about value and remind customers what their investment unlocks, whether it's features, access, or just peace of mind. Linking onboarding to value reinforcement increases retention. It's full circle. Price is the opening statement and the closing reminder of why your brand matters.
Brenda, I think we just managed to make pricing sound kind of inspiring. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, We said the word pricing 1,000 times, and I'm still excited. Thanks, Benny. Loved this conversation. And thanks to everyone listening. Next time, we'll get even deeper on retention strategy. Until then, keep your pricing and your purpose clear. Benny, have a good one.
You too, Brenda. Bye, everyone. See you on the next Match B2B Insights.